We live.
I don't know what's up on my end, but yeah, welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This is your host, Dynasty Church. We back at with another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share on your social media platforms. Yeah, man, it's Buffalo week. They already complained about the refs. You know, that's been a common theme around here all season long. You know, all the other 31 fan bases want to talk about refs and whatnot. We have this advantage with them. We think we sliding them a $50 bill or $100 bill, in their pocket and stuff. But anyhow, man, let's go
Did
introduce
you
everybody.
did you title with the refs?
Yeah.
Of course he did. The
What's happening,
refs.
DG? But yeah,
What's up?
my guy Country on the left, my guy Boogie's on the right, and of course we bring back our good friend of the show, Nate Taylor from the Athletic, Chiefs beat writer. Y'all know him. What's happening, Nate?
Amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. No, I'm good. I'm excited. I actually think we picked the better week, because I wasn't like super duper motivated to see the Chiefs play the Broncos. I don't know. I done seen that a billion times. I didn't think it was gonna end like that, but we picked the better week. So Chiefs Bills, I mean, biggest game of the Bill season. It's crazy that the Chiefs are still undefeated. But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's good to chat with you all. It's good to be back. I know Josh was on a little bit ago. So yeah, man, just chilling, doing well. It's all good.
Hey man, you
we collected the
Huh?
final Infinity Stone with having Josh on there. So
Gosh,
everybody
yeah,
from the only weird games has been on the show. So we got that out the way. But yeah, man. First of all, congratulations, man. I know you announced that you have a kid number 2.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's we're having a baby boy. I think I put it in I think I put it in there, but like basically like this I might not be around for the draft, because might be the baby boy might be born by then. But yeah, man, it's very exciting. Holly is amazing, and we actually did it the way it's supposed to be done when you're like a little bit older and you're trying to figure everything out. But yeah, it's been great. The support from everybody's been like honestly like kind of mind-blowing. Like I love everybody on Twitter. I don't try to like get into like too many arguments, so like I'm pretty nice, pretty chill. Trying to tell you what's going on. Yeah, they're trying to tell you what's going on
this time.
Yeah, trying to tell you what's going on with the team, even though some other stuff is going on that's kind of crazy, but whatever. But yeah, it's great. It's she's healthy, the baby's healthy. I think that was like the we've already had like, I mean, it's still like a lot of joy, but there, when you get up there in like a certain age, you're just like, okay, is everything healthy? Is she good? Is everything set? Because we ain't in our 20s anymore. So it's like, hey, we got, we'll have our second kid, and I've been told by a number of people that maybe we shouldn't really try for 3, even though she still wants a daughter. So I will take any and all advice as to what to do next. Because
have fun while you ahead, Nate. Just
yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to play zone coverage. I just like where we are right now. Everything sounds great. Little 2-man. Just run 2-man. We got we got Hayden as the over the top safety.
Dog Hayden.
Yeah, because I told Boogie before we started, I was like, no, this is your baby brother, which means you ready to see some diapers? You ready to see what it's really like to have a baby?
Nate, for a guy that's as busy as you, and me and Boogie as parents both know,
yeah,
you got to get your sleep in now. Go ahead and get it now. How do you do it? Because you on 6'10" 3 days a week. You're doing weird games on Thursday. You writing for the Athletic. When are you getting rest, bro? You gotta get some sleep in.
Yeah, I've kind of given up video games, which is like heartbreaking.
Oh no! See,
I know.
You done ruined Boogie. Like, you done ruined.
See, Like, don't worry, I'll be back. Like, we just got the most recent Madden, because I usually get it like halfway through the season when the price goes down or whatever. So
Right. Smart.
we just started playing that. He still plays Spider-Man. I still like help out every now and then, but it's just like, man, I ain't got no time. Like, I ain't got no time. It's gonna be great, but I'm getting decent sleep now. I think it's helpful that in some ways, it's helpful now
that GTA 6.
Hey, we have to play that at certain hours, kids. We have to play that at certain hours of the day, or at night, I should say. But like, now that Hayden's older, like, again, like, it's not like we're going from like our child is 18 months and now she's pregnant again, and so it's like it's somewhat better that way. It's never going to be as hard as what my brother Terrell has gone through and is enduring. He and his wife Cynthia have 5 kids. 5. They were all at my house this week. 5. They're all amazing, but it's just like,
at the same time.
That's a different league.
Man,
Like,
it's serious.
That's a different league, So thankfully they all are well behaved and they listen and very respectful and love playing with Hayden and are super excited about another cousin. But like, yeah, man, like it's such a good point, because that was one of the reasons why, and I know some people have like did the math, and it's great when like you're like, I love y'all, man. It's like, it's great when people are like, so we knew you, because I've been waiting for years to take Holly to Europe. So we do Wimbledon, we do Italy, and they're like, and then that's when you got her pregnant, isn't it? And it's like, okay, guys. Like, okay, hold on. Like, I was just on the phone with a friend, and it's just like with my close friend Ryan, and he was like, I was trying to explain to him, like, yeah, man, these people really thought I was watching Carlos Alcaraz, and then the next day I was like, impregnating my wife.
We made it.
How it works. But we did time it to where it was going to be in the off season. So I will say that it's like, okay, yes, as best as we can try, Boogie. It's like, hey, let's have our fun this summer. Hayden will be another year older. And then, yeah, Lord willing, it'll be better timed, and yeah, here we are. So it's great. That's yeah. Every tweet I've seen or every comment that I've got about like, man, like Nate must have an incredible summer. It's just like, no, it was true, but like not the way you think.
Your awareness rating going up on the next Madden, man. You good, Nate. You might be a little 95 overall on that awareness now, man. You made it.
Yeah. So, because when Hayden was born in August, it was like right into like back when I was covering college football. It was just like, well, I will see you guys in October. Like that'll be nice, right? But yeah, they broke out the sundials on Nate. Is insane.
Wait a minute. So, okay, you still be able to go to the combine, because I'm
oh yeah. No,
I'm trying to. I think me and Boogie gonna have to rent a van, and we're gonna have to take the team to Indianapolis. We're gonna have to. What's the policy? Do we have to? What after off camera? We got to talk about. Please.
I don't think it'll be that issue. I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. I know some people are worried about like, is there too many people at the Super Bowl? Which I'm like, I don't know. That's a league discussion, but like, I think if you want to cover the combine, the league will most likely let you do it. Because it's like the off-season stuff. But no, I'll be at the combine. I'll be back in Indiana. If you don't think that's
they just re-up too. They just re-up till 2026 or something like that.
Yep. So if you don't think I'm not gonna. That's it, kids. That is my celebration. Okay, because you see everybody in the league, like other reporters, scouts, other general managers, like. Ryan Poles hugged me last year or back in February or whatever. Like he hugged me. And I was just like, you gotta be, and he was living the dream, because he was like, Nate, we got the number 1 pick. We done fleeced Carolina. We getting Caleb Williams. He was in a great mood. For understandable reasons. They had not traded Justin Fields yet. But everybody knew that was gonna happen. So, it's like it's just a great time. I think Bomani Jones is right. He calls it like the convention of football or of the NFL, because like everybody's there. And yeah, that's when I'm gonna have a ball. That's my last. That's like I'm gonna take my cap off. I'm gonna wave it around, and then it's like I'm on baby duty for how long? You're like, oh no.
Well,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
gonna walk in with you, and I'm gonna carry a notebook or something. I don't.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
we with him. We with
Yeah, you're gonna carry something. You're gonna carry
yeah.
something.
man.
But hey,
No, we gonna
you
make that work. D-Mac, mark it down on your calendar.
yes. One of the best things about the combine is that they literally just pull you right next to the guys. It's just like if I want to talk to Cooper DeJean, there's Cooper DeJean. If I want to talk to Bryce Young, hey dog, Godspeed, because you look like me out here. Okay, you're a more athletic version of me, but you look like me, dog. And then then they bring in CJ Stroud, and you're like, oh, that guy looks like Patrick, And so it just informs you because you just see people up close for the first time, really. Because obviously I don't go to like college games and do all that, but it's amazing when you're just like, oh, that guy looks a lot bigger than that guy. Like I don't know. They know they hit in this league, right? That like the quarterbacks, like they're protected, but they're gonna get hit, right? They can still hit you. And so I'll never forget. I was like, I just can't. I mean, this is bad because I tell all the, on Only Weird Games, I tell all the jokes about the things I'm observing in the Chiefs locker room. But at the combine, I just kept looking at Bryce's legs. I was just like, that's it? Like that's his legs? Like
Them Deontay Wilder legs.
I was just like, he's not playing at Alabama, right? Not anymore. Like I just kept looking. In a weird way, I was just like, I could not get it out of my mind. Still to this day, obviously, but I was just like, man, if you could be Drew Brees, you're doing great, son. Because look at you. And I've looked at Drew Brees, and I'm like, he don't look like Drew Brees, guys. He looks smaller than Drew Brees. So yeah, it's a great time, and you start to make real like assessments and thoughts like in that moment. Because I think the first time, I'm trying to remember too. I think the first, like when we saw Xavier Worthy, I was like, oh, he clearly lost weight to run a 4.21, and he did it. And then it's like, oh, he's gonna like add 5 to 10 more pounds when the season starts, and you're like, okay, this is something, It's like I looked at, yeah, there's just a lot of guys that I can think of where I think,
you know what, Nate? Speaking of that, the Colts called him and hung up. Do you think? What do you think was that a mistake? Was that they dialed the wrong number?
I don't know this to be true, and I haven't talked to I know it's true, but I haven't talked to Xavier about this, right? My question would be to him at some point, is this, I think somebody misdialed him, but what I cannot understand is whose name is next to Worthy or Xavier based on his like spelling. So like somebody, again, this is my hypothetical or educated guess, is somebody in the Colts draft room or whatever the next room is to the draft room was like, hey, make sure we got, because every team does this. Make sure you got the kid's number, make sure you got the agent's number, make sure you got, do they have a party? Are they at the draft? Wherever the draft is, are they at the city? So okay, you just double check that as like, 6 picks to go, 5 picks to go, whatever. So like as it's coming down, you're like, okay. I have to remember too, the Chiefs traded up. So the Colts stayed where they were. So they were in like what, 15 or whatever?
Yeah, 15. 13, 15, something like that.
Yeah, they took the first defensive player. I remember that. So some scout, some mid-level executive, I think, thought he was calling somebody else, picks up Xavier. Xavier picks up the phone, and they're just like, oh, yeah. just turn it off. So that would be my guess, is that the Colts thought they were calling somebody else that they might have wanted to take, and then they were like, yeah, we can't. Sorry, like at least I would have been like, who is this again? And then like looked at the board and been like, I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry. We messed up.
You think that person still got a job?
Nah.
You think that person still got a job?
Mistakes happen, probably. I mean,
Okay.
mistakes happen. Like, but I just don't think they get like put out there in public a ton. But yeah, I love the idea of Xavier being like, holy smokes, I'm about to go to the Colts at 15, to being like, did they really just hang up on me? And it's like, hey man, that's welcome to the
That was
league.
a wild
It's a business,
story.
you know.
That's a wild story.
It's a wild
Nate,
story.
I got a question for you, man. To segue to this game a little bit, I feel like Mahomes and Worthy have been just a little off. I feel
Yes.
like they've been telling the media all week that they've been doing the extra stuff and all that. Is this the week? I feel like this is the week. Is this the week?
You I think you onto something, because I can't remember if it was me or whoever on Only Weird Games, but I was just like, you have to remember too that they traded with the Bills to get Xavier Worthy. So if you don't think Andy and Matt Nagy and Pat are going to try to like figure out some way for him to get open downfield, then I just think that would be, I think you'd just be fooling yourself. So they definitely need to spend more time in practice. I think they've been doing that, especially like in the walkthroughs and understanding like, how do you want, like, I think either Patrick talked about this or maybe it was Nagy, but like when you stack a guy, right? When I've clearly beaten the DB or the corner, do you want me to stack him and then move more to the inside of the field or more to the outside of the field based on where the ball should be coming? That's where like some of their confusion has been. I think the missed, everybody will talk about like the Patrick missed shot to Kelsey in the end zone, and I was like, well, he was kind of backing up and he like sped himself up and it was not a good throw. The one that like I just couldn't believe was because I had to watch on the replay. I mean, he has a clean pocket. Xavier Worthy has like what 2 or 3 steps on Riley Moss, and the ball just
He was wide open.
It just goes out of bounds, and you're like, when was the last time Patrick was not any, like no one's near him and he misses that by like that much? So it's tough for like, I think Worthy gets it's tough for him because Worthy's like, well, I'm a rookie. Yeah, I got to get the system down. Yeah, I got to get the timing with the quarterback. But you're also like, man, I can't criticize the 3-time Super Bowl when he threw the ball 5 yards out of bounds. You know? It's just like, I can't do that.
Do you think that Tyreek's incredible underrated asset of Tyreek Hill is his ball tracking? Pause. His ball tracking was otherworldly.
Unreal.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that is that a part of it too?
Yeah.
Because Tyreek is catching that and he's throwing a deuce, and
right.
it's over.
Right. I think you are right, Country, because there's 2 things that we realize, and this might be where it gets harder, right? He's wide open on that pass against the Buccaneers, but he steps out of bounds. And I'm just like, you can't do that. And then the other one, Patrick just misses him. And so in my mind, I'm like, well, what did I watch in most of training camp? And what was that first play that we saw in training camp where he like, I guess he rolled to his right and then like, he did like 70 yards in the air. That's a seam kind of post route. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's right. That was nowhere near the sidelines. Then I think about the game against the Chargers where, what they realized in that game, and I have like reporting on this that like the story hasn't come out, but what I have reporting from that game against the Chargers was, man, everybody's like scrambling because Rasheed's hurt. And Patrick's just like, you know what? This ain't even in the real game plan. We just gonna do it. Hey man, if they run, if I call this play and you get by the guy, whoever it is, I'm throwing it up. And that's what happened. Yeah, and that's what happened on that long touchdown. And again, similar, he runs a stop and go in the middle of the field. The ball's thrown, he runs under it and catches it. And I just think right now, the tendency is for him to run more post routes than true like nines, fades, back shoulder stuff to the sideline, because that takes years. That takes real timing, understanding what the DB is going to do, how much space you have on the boundary for the sideline. I think if I was in the room, I'd be interested to see Xavier go right up the field, because the reason, and that, I mean, he was wide open too against the 49ers. The more I'm thinking about it, right? Y'all remember that play where it was like play action? He was just, hey man, I'm a fake like I'm going to the corner, but then I just go right up the middle, and he was wide open, and Patrick shockingly overthrew him. But he's a much better deep threat in the middle of the field right now than he is on the sideline.
So do you think that they'll only be trying to – I feel like they should just be trying to get Xavier Worthy the ball in space, period, not even necessarily just the deep stuff.
True.
You think they focus more on that, or you think they really just trying to get that deep threat part together so it open up so much more on offense?
If I had to guess, I think they're like, please, can we just hit on one deep shot? Like, please. Yeah. Like, it'd be nice. That's what it feels like. And I think DeAndre's arrival kind of takes up space in the middle of the field. You still got Travis, Juju's coming back. So it's like, okay, do you run more bubble screens? Like, I guess to your point, Boogie, like, okay, get him a bubble screen, get him an end around, get him something where like, all right, let's just get a simple hitch route and let's see if you can like run by a guy. But I don't know, like they really haven't focused on that the last couple of weeks. Because they did. Go ahead.
I was going to say, get him that ball that Pat threw yesterday. Sunday, that quick out, 11 yards, boom, right back. Let's run that again. Run it back.
Right. Yeah.
Get him back. Get him comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're not going to let him run digs or slants. I don't think he can run some deep over routes, and that might clear something out for Kelsey or whoever. But when Rasheed was on the field, and this was against Atlanta.
Don't bring him up, Nate.
I know. This was against Atlanta and Cincinnati, but they would have Rasheed act like he was going to get the ball, and then they throw it to Xavier underneath him, and so they let he'd have like a couple blockers in front of whoever, but without Rasheed and especially without Juju, they haven't run a lot of screens. So I don't know if that comes back because Juju is like a really good blocker, and obviously he's big and it can move a DB off his spot, but I just think Patrick, they just want deep balls, man. They just he wants to throw it like 50 yards in the air. And I get it, because like if you can do it, why wouldn't you?
It look good.
Yeah,
it
can
looks
you kick
great.
the ball in bounds? Can you kick the ball
feel
in bounds, though?
Yeah, well,
do it look good? Do it feel good?
Yes. He's just like, ooh, one-on-one, great. And he's like, are you kidding me? Like Xavier fell down? It's an interception? That's my stat?
Man.
Okay. He's just like, whatever. So
the interception memo went out amongst the locker room. When the last time he threw an interception? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah,
since we got D-Hop,
right?
Yeah.
That memo went out. Hey, I'm done. I got 9 of these. Come on, y'all trip.
Come on.
Y'all trip.
Yeah. So it's so true. Because he was just like, man, if you're not DeAndre Hopkins and you ain't open, I will scramble. I will look somewhere else. I will check it down. I will, but yeah, he's been much better about like protecting the ball and not letting, teams get cheap points. Because for a while there, it was comical. It was just like another interception, like another tip pass that goes to the other team. Like, wow. Oh, man.
Yeah, as soon as that DeAndre Hopkins trade went down, I said, yeah, get y'all interception jokes out the way, because those about to stop.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, when are they going to run that end around and fake that shovel pass? Because that shovel pass, that end around has been there every single time, and he keep throwing that shovel pass that ain't going. Kareem ran into the back of somebody, and I was like, Kareem, come on. You didn't see that 340-pound man standing right there?
Yes. Like, Kareem is so cool because he's just like, I'll fall for it for 2 yards. And we're like, against him? Like, he's a D lineman. Yeah, I'll fall for it. 2 yards. I'll get 2 yards. I'll get 2 extra yards out of this. Yeah, it's a great point. I want them to do like some real creative stuff against the Bills, because I just think the Bills should the Bills should throw everything at them, man. I mean, Josh is going to – I want to tell Josh, like, don't become a superhero because you've been playing great, however, already. Like, you don't need to, like, do anything extra because it's the Chiefs. But at the same time, it's like, I want trick plays. I want fake whatevers. I want the Bills. No one has come close to scoring 30 points on the Chiefs. And I would argue, man, you might have to score 30 on Sunday. So whatever it takes, do that. Because if the Bills do that, then that actually forces Andy and Matt Nagy to say, like, okay, it's one of those games, huh? We're gonna open up the playbook a little bit more. We're gonna get creative. Like, okay, like I really want both teams to be like, this is what everybody came to see. Like, this is supposed to be the best game of the year. Like, all right, like show me what you got.
But now it always turns into that. Eventually, it's always okay.
That's just what I want, because I'm like, if y'all want more creativity from the Chiefs, if y'all want more explosive plays or something we haven't seen before, the other team's gonna have to force it, because Andy's not gonna just show it just to show it on a random Sunday in November. So if you want the 1 seed and you want it now, like, okay, I want Joe Brady and Sean McDermott to not be scared. I want I think Amari Cooper's gonna play in this game, right? I know he's been dealing with
he said he's been practicing
pretty much.
It look like he is.
So okay, like they made a trade, y'all made a trade. Like, like let's see some real stuff. Like, that's like, it was so funny. It's gonna be so funny to go from the Broncos game where the Broncos are like, hey, Bo, I don't care if they blitzing, please don't turn the ball over. And they're like, son, I didn't tell you to run 16 yards backwards.
Ball was running for his life.
They're like,
Ball was running for his life.
You can't run away from Nick Bolton. You don't have to run back. Don't run backwards.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was definitely a rookie mistake right there, man.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, dog, we're trying to like not make any, like, all right, come on, just run another screen. And the Chiefs are like, another screen? Yeah, dude, just run another screen. It'll take more time off the clock. Like, the Broncos are like, we got about 3 good drives in us, and Bo, please don't do anything stupid. And they almost won. They should have won the game, right? So we're gonna go from that type of football where it's like, all right, it's kind of a slog, and like, all right, don't make mistakes, to just like, hey, man, I want fireworks on Sunday. I want both teams to be like, we're the best. Here's what I want you to be thinking about this all 2 months, right? For the next 2 months before we play each other again in the divisional round or championship round, like, this is what you're going to have to think about for the next 2 months. Like, those are the kind of plays I want to see. And in order to do that, you need Xavier Worthy. You need, DeAndre Hopkins to make a contested catch in the end zone, probably. The Chiefs have never had an issue getting Travis Kelce open against the Bills, so I don't see why that should change. But yeah, just don't turn the ball over. But like, I want the Bills to push the Chiefs, because that's when the games get like really fun.
It's gonna get it cracking. Trent McDuffie gonna try to go in low on Josh Allen, and he gonna leap him. Josh Allen known for leaping, and then that's just gonna get it cracking. That's gonna get it cracking. Okay, that's what we doing today, Josh. Okay, yeah, I see you, boy.
What remind me if this is right. Everybody forgets that what was it, the 13-second game? Everybody forgets that like Tyron was like, he's not gonna do it to me. He's not gonna do it to me. And he leaped over him and he's like, and now I have a concussion. And it's like, Josh, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And so the reason the 13-second game is so bad for like the Chiefs defense is Tyrann Mathieu wasn't on the field. Like, he was in concussion protocol. And so it's Dan Sorensen and Mike Hughes. All right. Like, I see wide open guys. So,
and Gabriel Davis had the game of his career.
Yeah, that's how he got paid.
That's how he got paid.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike Hughes.
So, hey, Trent, great player. Love you, Trent. Hey man, don't let him leap you because he might put you in the concussion protocol.
Man.
he might do that. Don't
He got
fall for
Sneed
it.
good a couple times. He got Sneed, man. Sneed went
Yeah.
low, and
And whoop,
it was
there
like,
it is.
it's one of
You
those
just
days.
like, dang, he's incredible. Josh is.
You want to know what's interesting?
What's that?
It's an interesting part about this matchup. I want to see Joe Brady and Steve Spagnuolo really put the chess pieces down the board and really go at it, because ever since Joe Brady took over Buffalo, I mean, Josh Allen has been a lot better at not turning the ball over, because they emphasize running the ball a little more, and that's helped out tremendously as far as Josh Allen making those reckless mistakes on the floor, on the
He's
field.
starting to look like Joe Allen again. He's starting to
I
look like
was gonna
Josh
say,
Allen again, though.
last
the
week he
game,
was on.
But
Yeah.
last
I'm talking
week
about
game don't
overall.
count because I just feel like he was bored out there. He was just like, I mean, we gonna win anyway. It's the Colts. Like, yeah.
Basically, that's what it kind of seems like.
Like, and then Joe Flacco was like, "Oh, we doing that today? I can throw YOLO balls. That's
Yeah.
great. Like, let's."
Joe Flacco.
Joe
Jesus.
Flacco. I said, son, what kind of I watched like the highlights or whatever, like the little condensed version of each game, and I was like, okay, well, obviously we got to watch this one because they're gonna play the Bills next. Dog, it's the first quarter, and I'm like, who are you throwing to? like Flacco? No, it's
The first play.
Yes, I'm like,
play.
where are you throwing? Who's open? No one's open. What? Yeah,
He thought he was still in Cleveland.
Yeah, him and Josh Allen both had a couple of them apiece, man.
Man.
They was wilding a little bit.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, but I think both teams last week were like, we should win, we need to win, we know who we playing next. Yeah, why these other teams trying so hard? Don't they know we got the bigger game next week? So, yeah, Sean Payton was like, we just want to make it hell for them. We just don't want to make them comfortable, you know. So it was fun, but yeah, I wonder if Spagnuolo will be like, do I want to show, because they didn't really blitz Lamar a ton in the season opener, and I wonder if that was like, why would we show him stuff now when we can hold that for later? But again, if it's a little bit of a shootout, then okay, all right, I'll show Joe Brady one, or we'll do something crazy that we haven't done yet. Again, just to get them to think about it for the next 2 months. But I hope so, but I don't know. I just think Spags might try to play it cool for like a half, but then he'll turn into Spags again, which is like,
I mean, he did that last game.
Yeah,
he played cool for the first half.
Yeah, it's just like you can tell he's just like, I don't need to do it yet. I don't need to do it just yet. I don't need to do it just yet. It's just like, can we get to halftime? And he's just like, all right, when can I start blitzing again?
Hey, Nate, on offense though, do we really want to shoot out with the type of offense we got this year? Don't it seem like we're a better team when Kareem Hunt is like the more the focal point?
Yes. Yeah. That's not what I want. I want fireworks. I mean, they
wants chaos.
Yeah. The Chiefs lead the league. I wrote about this a week ago. Like, they lead the league in like long touchdown drives where it's just like 10 or more plays, and that does protect the defense because they're not on the field all the time, and you're actually wearing out the other team's defense as the game goes along usually. But I don't know. I mean, I know Andy. I do know this. I do know that Andy, in either primetime games or that late afternoon, big game on Fox, or obviously CBS, CBS was like, we have to keep this game on our network. So that's why it's not on Sunday Night Football. So, okay, if we know everybody's watching, whether it's primetime or late afternoon, we're going to have a trick play or two. We're going to have a couple deep passing plays or two. Like, Andy understands that, like, okay, when it's a big game, all right, you want to do that? I can show you some stuff that we haven't ran since training camp, or that we haven't put on film all year. The statistic that blew my mind, because I don't feel like either one of these teams are as explosive as it was back then. But let me go back and find it real quick. CBS, which again, hell of a job promoting this football game. CBS put out a little information packet, and I was like, this is wild. The last time two teams in November were this good, obviously the Chiefs are 9-0, the Bills are 8-2. They have the best combined record since
The Rams and the Chiefs.
2018, 9-1 Chiefs versus 9-1 Rams. Of course, that game was 55-50 or 54-51.
Yeah, that's the fireworks game.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that. But if you
Nah.
watch that game, Andy's like, "Are we doing this, Sean McVay?" And Sean McVay's like, "Oh, we in prime time, baby. We're doing it." And we're just like, "Okay, I guess we just got to go shot for shot." So I don't think I hope it's in like the 30s, even though I don't really think it's gonna be that way. But it is fascinating that like this is like the game that it could be. But again, I need the Bills to come right. I need the Bills to be like, I need the Bills not to be afraid. And, if you get in a shootout, that's some of the best Patrick Mahomes sort of highlights we have is him being like, oh, I have to, this is a drive that we must score. And it's like, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. And this is like, oh, well, where's that been all year? And it's like, well, you told me we had to score. It is like, all right, cool. Yeah. So they haven't been in a lot of games this year where it's like, hey, Pat, we have to score a touchdown. And he's like, but I just twisted my ankle. Yeah, I know that. But like, we have to score. And he's like, okay, we will score then. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are about, like, what the hell is this?
That I felt like that was their best drive of the game. Was that overtime drive?
Yes. Yeah. They're like, hey, the game could be over when we score a touchdown. And Pat was like,
Baker Mayfield said,
yes. Pat was like, okay, challenge accepted. We will score a touchdown. And played amazing in the fourth quarter overtime of that Tampa Bay game. But that was the only game this year where I felt like you have to score. Like you have to score a touchdown and you're behind and the other team's playing pretty well. And so, I just hope the Bills – I want the Bills to be good. I just want the Bills to be good because, like, rivalries are supposed to be fun. It would not be great if, like, we're in Buffalo and they're up, like, 20-7 in the fourth quarter. You just be like, damn, like, that's – like, what – like, again? Like, what happened, versus it being a really fun game like that 2018 Classic.
Yeah.
Nate,
go ahead, Country.
I was going to say – we can't deny it any longer. We got to address the elephant in the room. We have never been so ravaged by injuries before.
Oh,
what is going on? Did we hire the Chargers medical team?
No,
Hollywood Brown, Rasheed Rice. Who else?
Pacheco.
Yeah,
Pacheco.
Does anybody
now?
Does anybody remember Jalen Watson?
Yeah,
Jalen Watson was balling. Yeah.
Like it's just
like it's
like
ugly.
And I
What's
don't
going on?
Right. And like don't forget this too. Like I know he's been fine on the injury report, but I'm like, hey man, if coach is saying that Wanye tweaked his knee, but it can't get worse, I'm like,
and we talk about that a little bit.
I mean, it can get worse, coach. It's a knee. And he sort of said like, hey, it might be like more like a high ankle sprain. And I was like, yeah, we saw that. Pat could barely move. So of course it could get worse. I just think it's so hard. And I mean, this is the biggest reason, right? It's so hard to win 3 straight Super Bowls because if you don't change you can't change the roster overnight, right? You can't be like, all right, half these guys are gone, but we're still going to try to win a Super Bowl. Like, it's just tough, man. I mean, Pat's dealing with the ankle now. You got Wanye with the knee. I mean, this is just guys that are playing. Juju with the hamstring. The biggest concern I had about DeAndre Hopkins was that, like, didn't he have a knee issue in the preseason training camp? And he's 32. So, like, it's not like he's getting any younger. This is the only thing that could really dismantle their season, and yet it's so impressive that they're 9-0. I mean, it just blows my mind that it's like, all right, well, Nick Bolton had the elbow injury in training camp. Justin Reed had the quad. There was like a bunch of guys that were dealing with something. Like I think
Dana just came back from injury. Warden
Yep.
was hurt for a little bit.
It's
It's nuts.
crazy.
It's nuts. I don't think
Bucker.
But
yes. So Bucker, I guess, has been dealing with this for a couple weeks, and then it just became too painful. Like I can't get through a practice kicking a field goal. So let's just do another scan. Let's just get the procedure done now. Hopefully he's healthy and 100% by the postseason. I said like their hope is that like he's good by Christmas, and that way it gives you a couple weeks before you get ready for the playoffs. Like it's wild that they brought Samaje Perine in, they brought Juju in, they brought DeAndre Hopkins in, Kareem Hunt is just, but like that's what you have to do. You just have to hope that like you can spitball it and put it all together, and it won't tear apart. But man, when you play 20 games a year, like it's just gonna add up. Like every year, you're just like, all right, we're trying to get to another championship game. We're trying to get to another Super Bowl. I know. Amaya says like Kelsey is made of steel. He's 35 and healthy. True. He had that whole knee, ankle, leg thing last year, right? And he sort of gutted it out to where he could be healthy. So you're gonna go through these waves where you're just like, man. Like again, Mike Dana's been dealing with quad, a pectoral, a wrist, and you're just like, and then I look at his stats and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a reason why he's not as good as he was last year. He's hurt. Like he's playing hurt. So they haven't changed anything with the training staff, to my knowledge. They haven't changed anything. That staff, Julie, Tiffany, Evan, Rick Burkholder, like they've all stayed. They're all still doing a thing. David Glover, I see him all the time with guys. Like it's crazy that you're just like, man, they need the 1 seed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I want to ask you this, Nate. Okay, so like you was at the game, of course, covering the game last week. When Bucker was doing the kickoffs, right? I mean, was it noticeable that he was going through something right then there? Like it kind of reached that point just right before that final kickoff when it went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a great question. I wonder that too, and I might get more information on that either tomorrow or before Sunday's game. I think it's an understandable like theory, because when have we seen Harrison Butker miss a kickoff that bad?
Never.
I don't think ever.
And so it's just like, okay, if Dave Toad tells you, hey man, we're trying to take more time off the clock because we got the lead, or we're trying to pin them back. All right, man, just like put it on the 5. It'll usually be somewhere between the 8 and the 3, But he missed it wide and it went out of bounds, and I was just like, ooh. So when you rewatch the game, you're like, okay, that don't look right. That doesn't add up. He got through yesterday's practice, but if there's swelling, if there's pain, if you're just not feeling right, and you're like, coach, I can't even get through today's practice. That's basically what happened. Like he was limited, which kind of informs you that something happened early in practice. And then while everybody else is on the practice field, they are, okay, let's go back inside. Let's do MRI, x-rays. Obviously you can sort of feel around it and see what hurts. And if you've been dealing with it for weeks, then like, okay, like this is the other option. You could try to play through it, but like the weather's going to get cold. It's hella windy, it's so windy in Buffalo. I cannot express that more. It's like, oh, okay, I know why Tyler Bass should have made the field goal in the playoff game last year, but we took the ball somewhere else. There was that long pass that, like, I mean, God, it was so amazing. Josh Allen was like, you know what? Josh Allen went to like, you know what? F it, and he was just like, heave that thing. And I remember,
right? Wasn't that
and I remember Justin Reed was like, "There's no way." He was like, "There's no way," and like he turned his head and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's like, "There's no way he can throw the ball that far." And it was like, and I mean, the wind was just like moving it around. And then I think that's one of the reasons why Diggs dropped it, was because Justin Reed got on his horse and it was hard to track the ball because of the wind. And I think he just like if you watch the replay, it's just like, ooh, and you're just like, man, but that's the only chance they had to get a deep completion the entire game. So it's windy and it's going to be cold and it's going to get colder. And it's like, is that good for your knee? No. So just get the procedure now. Don't overthink it. And, do the right rehab, do the right treatment. Hopefully the procedure goes as smooth as possible and, be back for Christmas, be back for the playoff run.
You think that makes our offense more aggressive this week on fourth downs?
I would. I mean, I don't know anything about this young man. I really don't.
You don't know none of it?
I mean, you can show me this man's picture right now, and I'd be like, who is that? Like, I have not Googled him yet. It's just, I got other things to do. I got to feed my kids. I got to do my own podcast. I mean, I looked up your stats, but like, I can't. Sometimes you're just like, I will beat him tomorrow. I look forward to meeting him tomorrow. Because, son, you just got on a plane and you about to get on another plane back to Buffalo.
Did you hear the story?
Yes.
The Jets they said, we'll sign you to the 53. And he said,
he said, I could, if I play how many games and they win a Super Bowl, I get a ring. It's like, I'm out of here. So I look
he's a smart kid.
Oh, of course. And like we just talked about, like this game is gonna be on like hundreds of millions of televisions on Sunday. Like you cannot kick in a bigger game. Hopefully you do well, son. But like, hey man, if you this is like an open tryout for all the other teams because obviously Harrison just signed his contract, so like he's gonna be here next year and the year after that. But like, hey, maybe you want to show the Jets how good you are because they hadn't put you on the 53 until the Chiefs called you. So okay, let me go out there. Let me bet on myself. Let me make some field goals. Hey, if the Chiefs are 12-1 or 13-0 by the time Harrison comes back, great. I'm gonna just ease back on the practice squad. See how the rest of the season goes. Maybe I get to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe I get to see that experience. Maybe we get to win the Super Bowl. I get a ring, and then guess what? I've maximized my value for free agency. Because it's not like the season ends and he reverts back to the Jets. He will be a free agent basically, if all goes well. So I just love the idea that like, son, I barely know your name. And I look forward to meeting you in the locker room. And how was your first practice as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh, man. What a life, man.
Hey, man.
I know, right? Like, they literally called him and was like, hey, you got anything packed? All right, forget that. Just get on a plane, man. Just come immediately.
Jesus Christ. From 2-7 to 9-0.
Right.
Like that.
You wanna know what's crazy? Like, I see people trying to jinx this dude already because they said he's perfect through preseason and regular season games he's played. I was like, come on, man, don't start that because he's gonna mess around and miss a kick this Sunday just because y'all saying that.
But isn't that the best part, Chuck? That like,
I mean, it is. But
it could be like, it'd be like, hey, there's like 27 minutes on the clock or 27 seconds on the clock. Do we go for it to get closer, or do we just trust the new guy to like win us the game? Like, I mean,
I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert right now. Pat going for it. Pat don't know this kid. He don't know this kid from a can of paint. I'm going for it, coach.
Give me the play. Give me the play.
Don't make me do my fingers, coach. Don't make me do my fingers.
Don't make me do my fingers, coach. Nasty. The way you said that was pretty nasty.
My bad. Pause. My bad.
Yeah, it's so funny for me to be like, man, like they don't have Bucker. Again, they don't have Hollywood. They don't have Rasheed. Like they don't have Jalen Watson. Like they could still win. Of course they can.
How easy is it for you to write if they were completely healthy right now? How easy would you be skipping to work every day? Would you be whistling? It's like, she's 9-0. Hollywood
Yeah.
Brown killing them. Rasheed Rice is having a career year. Would you
Right.
just be like you and Blair Kokoff just skipping into the office every morning?
It would just be laughing. We would just be sitting there laughing about like how they gotta because that's such a good point, because when they're winning, you can start to understand like, okay, they're gonna be in the playoffs. Okay, I know who I want to write about or what I want to write about, because you're trying to explain like the season, right? And like you never know how the season's gonna go, but like when they're winning, it's much easier to like map things out or to like maybe try new things. Like if they're losing a lot, you're like, great, now I know how the rest of the week's gonna go. Like I know what to expect. It's one thing when like the team is like very up and down, right? Like if they win 2, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, you're like, well, what is this? Like y'all are just wild and consistent, right?
They the Bengals.
Yeah, right. You're just like, so who's like, what do we like? Hey, Jamar Chase had an amazing game. They lost again. It's just like that becomes confusing for anybody, right? Whether it's fans, whether it's like reporters, obviously people on the team. But yeah, I mean, if they were healthy and we didn't have Kareem Hunt, I think this season's been great for storyline purposes, been great for my job, because I saw Hollywood kill it all throughout camp, and then it's just like, so he's not coming back anytime soon. Okay.
On this first play, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't even we didn't even make it to the season.
Like, okay, well, all right. I'm trying to explain to people. I think it was after the Falcons game. I was like, hey, I'm trying to explain to y'all that like Travis Kelce is like handing the reins over to Rasheed Rice. Like Rasheed about to get all these targets, and like they're gonna try to manage Kelce all throughout the season, and then say, okay, like when it's playoff time, then then it's go time. Exactly. And like this will be great for Rasheed because he's in year 2. And if he does this well in year 2, then like he could go up another level in year 3. Totally
he was doing it too, bro. He was
yeah, totally makes sense. And then I'm sorry, what happened? And like show the replay. Is that Pat? Did Pat hit him?
Yeah, he did that. Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, never seen that before. Like,
and Nate, I want to ask you this: did you get that same feeling when Xavier Worthy got led out of bounds and then he landed on his shoulder? Did you get that feeling right
hurt
there?
His elbow? Yes,
Pat strikes again.
Hurt his elbow, and everybody's like,
elbow.
You're just like, is he coming back into the game? Is he okay? Is he all right? Now he did come back in the game, and he's been fine, no issues really. But yeah, you're just thinking like, what else? Like, I mean, the fact that I just want to remind people, Wanya Morris was not supposed to be the starting left tackle this season. At no point was Wanya Morris supposed to be the left tackle. So okay. Cool. He's the left tackle. We're 8-0. Fine. Whatever. All right. I give the play call. We line it up. Okay. I'm going to get under center and shotgun. Give me the ball. Okay. Cool. All right. A little completion. All right. Keep the chains moving. Why are you down? What the hell just happened? And it's like, well, he got rolled up on. The left tackle got rolled up on? And he's like, yeah. And he's got like his hands on his helmet. And they're like, all right, bring the rookie in. And as I said on our show on Tuesday, I'm like, hey man, it's one thing for you, Country, Boogie, Chuck. It's one thing for us to tell you, Kingsley, hey man, stay ready. You one snap away, one play away.
He was not ready.
And then he went through it. Actually, he actually went through it and said, this is nutso. And it's like, yeah, like that's how hard it is to be a professional. You don't practice with the first team all week. Wanya gets rolled up on. Go protect Patrick Mahomes' blind side now.
Is Kingsley fixable this year? Like from what you've seen, you think he's gonna be this year decent enough?
I don't think as of right now, I don't think so, man. I just like, I mean, in a weird way, they did kind of the same thing. It just wasn't a first round pick. So last year they as I said before, it's not like this is new, but last year when the draft was in Kansas City,
yeah,
they were just like Clark Hunt was just like bleak trading down, pick somebody, and they were just like, I guess we're picking Felix, right? Even though Felix wasn't going to be like a starter in year one, like he barely turned 21. He's like one of the youngest guys in the draft, and it's like, okay, we need pass rushers. Cool. Well, like will he be good in 3 years? We're drafting a developmental pass rusher in the first round of the draft. Okay, but as you've seen this season in year 2, little by little, getting better, little by little, like not a big, he's not getting exposed. He's not being like a liability. Like, hey,
he's not lost out there. He's not lost.
Did you just set the edge on an RPO and then get Bo Nix to the ground? Okay, like, all right, cool. And so that's gonna have to be the same thing for Kingsley, where it's just like, I don't know if he's the starter next year or if they say, hey, let's try guard or let's try, let's get you some experience no matter if it's guard or a tackle. I have no idea who they would sign next year. If Wanye has like a legitimate, that's the biggest concern now is like if Wanye has a legitimate injury because he's playing through a knee injury now, and so he's not ready for the start of next season, then what do you do? Like,
are we getting Donovan Smith this year, or are we sticking with Kingsley?
Stay close to the phone.
Yeah, well, that too. Yes, they will stick it with Kingsley, and if Wanye's injury becomes legit, like, hey, I gotta miss 3 to 4, like let's just say, God, this is terrible, but like let's just say what happened to Harrison Butker happens to Kingsley, or it happens to Wanye. Like, coach, I can't get through practice. Hey man, I need some time off on this knee so we can heal up right, so we can get a little bit stronger. All right, Rick, is he short-term IR? Is he like 3 weeks? We're trying to lock up this 1 seed. Then you might call Donovan Smith. Because they don't have a backup to Kingsley.
Yeah. I got a question for you about Kingsley, man. Do you think he's just thinking a little too much out there as far as like not?
I mean, how could you not? I mean, how could you not, man?
Yes.
Me and Holly have this funny joke all the time where we're like, it's just our inside joke, but like we've all been through it, right? All right, like I got this job, like, man, like I'm an adult, I can do what I want, and then it's like, hey, what? Like I gotta do all this, like that person's sick. I gotta do the presentation. Holy smokes, I was not paying attention the way I should have been paying attention. And you just look around and you just go, hey, man, game moving fast, dog. Game moving real fast, man. Like, it might be the same time, but it's moving fast. Game moving
Nate, I have
real
to ask.
fast.
Nate, I'm sorry, I have to ask.
Yeah.
How did Trey Henderson whooping that ass look from the press box?
Woo! Hey, son, let me take your chest and let me just move you up out of the way.
It was. I think it was good for him because it taught him. Hey, you in the NFL now, son.
Yes, yeah.
But
this ain't the Big 12, son. That's Pro Bowler Trey Hendrickson who will take your chest and move you. Okay, because that was the thing that was so crazy. Was like I remember talking to Kingsley about it. It was like, hey man, and Kingsley was right about this. So I remember rewatching the game. He was like, it's not like he did something like miraculous or like amazing. Like he wasn't like, doing all these pass rush moves. He was literally just picking. He was literally just getting in my shoulder. Like he would knock my arm out. He'd get in my shoulder, and then, yep, there I go. I'm getting moved.
It was just wood shit.
Yeah,
Bullshit all night.
Nate got it looking like Mortal Kombat. He's like, get over here.
I mean, it's
He
dog.
look,
And
he
so
look like Fred Sanford. It's
it's like, hey,
Elizabeth, come on.
hey, y'all, hey, you want to play football? Hey, go block that guy. When he knows that y'all are passing, when he knows Pat has to pass, he just did like the most simple, like, I'm gonna use power, move you. Hey, guess where the quarterback is? Right over here.
right
The
there.
funny thing is, so he takes all that in, right? He's like, it's not like he was doing some like, it's not like he was Dwight Freeney where he would be like, all right, I'm gonna set you up with the speed, then I'm gonna spin on you, and you're just like, you're like just like dazed and confused. So it's like, okay, well, I need to get better with like my upper body. I need to like, get in the gym, lift the weights, understand that like
He do look small.
yeah, I got to get my punch right, And then Nick Benito was like, yeah, F all that. I'm gonna run right by you.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna teach you about speed.
yeah, like, F all that. Like, how's your footwork? Because I'm over here and I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there before you get there. And so that's when the brain really does look like the game is fast. It's like, man, he knows our snap. I think that was something Patrick realized too, is like they know our snap count.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm passing. He doesn't have to account for the run because it's like 3rd and 6, whatever. So do we chip help him? Well, all right, Carson, come over here. All right, man.
Oh,
So like,
God.
you be over here. Hey, Carson, come over here, dog. All right, so you're gonna be over here. We're gonna make it look like we're not worried about him, but then you're supposed to like come over, right? You're supposed to give Nick Benito something to look at. And then Carson was like, no, I was in the flat. And Patrick was like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, what? It's like, okay, fine. All right, get Carson off the field. All right, give me Peyton Hendershot. Give me Peyton Hendershot.
Pat don't lose it often, but when he do,
Yeah.
he
It's
loses
so great.
It's all
Doing, man?
It's a
Like, I don't need NFL films to tell me what he said. He's just, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. So then there was like, you know what? Give me Peyton Hendershot. Give me Peyton Hendershot. Give me.
Oh, God.
And then they said, hey, Peyton, give us a good
He
chip.
wasn't that much better.
And Peyton was like, where am I supposed to hit him again? It's like, dog.
Travis, come on, Travis.
Travis, come over here.
Oh, God.
It's like, hey, can we get Noah Gray to run routes and block at the same time? It's like, no, we can't. Like, we can't do that.
Oh, man.
So it was Nick Benito was a lot faster than him. He messed up his footwork, and like
he's gonna be better for these ass whoopers, these lessons that he's taking.
Of course.
That's the only saving grace I have, that he has to be, he can't get any
right.
Well,
right.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No. I actually agree with Country, because like, think about this: the gap between being a true freshman at a Power 4, whatever conference, Power 4, Power 5, being a true freshman and like a dude that's going to the league at edge is like this. Being a rookie and playing a guy who is either Pro Bowl skilled or legit Pro Bowler or God terrifying, TJ Watt is like that. The gap is so big. Like, it's never like you play football all your life and you're like, I've always been good. Like, or even if I got to like high school and it's like, okay, make a little adjustment, get a little stronger, I'm great. Hey, get a little bit more in the playbook, see what the coaches want, work on my technique, I'm great. Get to college, man, we do this all day, All right, there's 2 guys on the schedule that I really need to get right for, because we only gonna play 2 guys that are like in the league next year. At defensive end. Cool. All right. Well, I'll be right. I'll be set. I'm trying to get to the league too. Like, I'm gonna do it right. Dog, that guy's in the league every week.
Every week.
I ain't never heard of him. It don't matter. He in the league every week. Like, the gap is
and he trying to get paid too.
Yes. Like, the gap between being a rookie, that's why all the credit in the world needs to go to Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith, because those dudes are aliens when it comes to being offensive linemen, and were good from the day they started. And you're just like, that ain't normal because what we've seen with Kingsley is more of the opposite, where it's just like, no, he's more athletic than Wanye. If I put you guys in the room with those two dudes, he looks like a left tackle more than Wanye. He been playing left tackle more than Wanye. He got family ties to the position because of Penei Sewell and like a bunch of dudes that done played in the league. Like
good pedigree.
Yeah, he's obviously smart. You know, we got a 5-tool player. Oh, the gap is so big. It's so big because this ain't BYU no more, dog. It's just not.
Ain't even close.
And if anybody can make if anybody can be good that rookie season in the NFL, the longer I've been doing it, like you a great player. Like you're just different than like most of these guys. Because even Xavier Worthy's got stuff to work on. You know, Jaden Hicks was like awesome in the preseason, and they said, you know what, rookie, you will be sitting over here for the next month. We're not even going to try you. Why would we do that to you? We don't have to, you know. Whereas Kingsley, they had to play him based on the roster, based on Wanye's injury in training camp, and you know, like, hey, we took a 2nd-round pick, so it's like that's what it is. But the older I get, the more I'm just like, how do these 21, 22-year-olds do it, man? Because these are grown men and they're good. They're really good.
That is a fact.
Can you imagine being a rookie and you in the AFC North and you got to do TJ Watt twice a year? Twice.
And there's Miles Garrett next week.
Miles Garrett too, dog.
Miles Garrett
next
week. What?
And then Trey Henderson is the week after that.
Same division, bro.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Man,
It's
Hell
it's a joke. Yeah, and that doesn't even account for like, you know, the other thing too that I thought was funny was like, what's his name? I can't think of him now. The Broncos offensive coordinator.
Ben Joseph.
Ben Joseph, yes. So Ben Joseph was like, well, they got a rookie left tackle. I know my scouting report says don't blitz Patrick Mahomes, but like, let's see if the
I'm gonna blitz him.
Let's see if the rookie knows the protection scheme. You know, like, so it's already bad when I'm like trying to go one-on-one on somebody who's flying by me, you know, or like who's coming, who's dropping into coverage. Like it's nuts. But like I think Vince got a little blitz happy because he was like, ooh, rookie back up on tackle. He was like, I'm gonna light Pat up. And Pat was like, what are you doing? Stop blitzing. You know, here's DeAndre Hopkins for 35 yards. Are you sure you want to do that? You want to keep doing that? You know, so that was a fun element of the game, even though, I mean, give Wanye credit, man. He's tougher than I thought he was gonna be. He came back in the game, led him down to a game-winning field goal drive, and he's gonna play on Sunday because, son, we need you to play on Sunday.
Yes.
Do you think Buffalo blitzes us like Denver? I know Denver leads the league in blitzing, but you think Buffalo go?
I think Buffalo's going. I bet Buffalo tries it early and just sees what happened, and then they'll adjust. Like, okay, if Pat's on today, like, I want to remind people that for as great as Carson Steele is, and he's great because when they give him the ball, he runs hard, he knows what he's supposed to do. But the Falcons were like, I mean, we wouldn't normally do this, but like he on the field, so run a blitz, and it's like, and Carson totally whiffed, and Pat threw an interception. And the Broncos were like, does he know where he's supposed to go in the protection scheme? Does he know it? Like, he knows it on the play sheet. Does he know it in like real time? Like, so anytime Carson Steele's on the field, I'm starting to realize that like some teams are like,
he's there. There you go.
You want to try one? You know, yeah. So Samaje Perine, yeah, I mean, Samaje Perine's like, I can do it, and they're like, no, we got to give the rookie some experience, and that's true because it's like week 10, you know, Samaje, we need you for the playoffs. Like Samaje's like, you see, son, you see, you like, you know, hey man, I didn't, you know, maybe Pat needed to yell at you in front of 70,000 people. You know,
and this is exactly why Pop coming back soon is perfect timing, bro.
Yes.
Like, you ain't got to worry about Carson still on the field that much. He hardly gonna play, I think.
Right. He's going to be
Probably
bored. He's going to be back to what he's supposed to be. Like, that's the other thing, too. Like, Carson Steele, amazing player. Like, got it. Like, a huge overachiever, super talented dude. Great guy, by the way.
Yeah,
been,
cool dude.
Been a really fun guy to get to know. Obviously, his family, that whole backstory was fun. But, like, hey, man, I remember Matt Nagy, like, week 2 was like, all right, guys, like, you all know it's the regular season, right? Like, we can't be asking no undrafted rookie running back to like play a ton. Are you stupid? Like what? Like special teams. Like I just remember Nagy being like, well, he's got to get special teams down right, you know, and then we'll get him to the offense. And then it was like, well, you know that thing that yeah, man, Pacheco fractured his fibula, and we have no other running back. Clyde's on the the illness list. We don't have any running backs. So, you know, all right, well, let's just handle the ball 20 times in a primetime game. And did well. They won, and you know, okay. But he's supposed to be the rookie that like learns, and like, you know, you're supposed to be the fullback. You're not supposed to be the running back. You know, you're supposed to be, hey, you got great hands out of the backfield, you can catch. Bro, we've been trying to teach you how to block in the protection scheme since training camp. Hey man, game moving fast, coach. Like they blitz it out here. Pat's yelling at me. Game moving fast. Like, you know, it's just the way it works sometimes.
Are you rushing Pacheco back? Or are you holding off another week? I got him in a mini-who on Black Friday game. That's when I got him coming back.
Because they play Carolina next, right?
Yeah.
Who is,
that's like a bye week right there.
You might be onto something. or you just say, hey, be in uniform. We might throw you out there a couple snaps, but like, you know.
I was just about to say that.
We not really push you. We just trying to get your conditioning, get the procedures, being back in the huddle, you know, being on the field, you know, get the speed of the game. But you're probably right that like them really returning country is probably on Black Friday against the Raiders.
Yeah, because Kareem could use a little bit of help as far as like resting his legs at this point.
Kareem got so much Bengay at the house, it don't make sense.
Man, he be getting beat up, man. He love the contact though, man.
I see how give Kareem a sponsor. Because he could.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kareem, I know he's on milestone alert, I think, for this weekend. If he gets 115 yards rushing, he'll get 5,000 for his career. And it's a pretty decent matchup. I think Buffalo gave like the 10th most rushing yards in the league.
So he was killing last week.
Did you see what Derrick Henry did to them?
Yeah.
It's not great. Now, again, I know Derrick Henry's not Kareem, but I'm just saying like that, to your point, Chuck, that might be the way to go. I understand this too. Like, you know, he played that game against the Chargers, and I was like, you know, man, I can't believe this is happening. Like, he's on the field. Again, Carson still fumbled, and they were like,
okay, we're done with that.
Get your ass over here.
So he's like, all right, it's time now. Let's go.
Go. Okay, here you go, Kareem. And then after the game, like, I remember me, Adam Teicher, I think Sam McDowell, we were all like kind of in like this group, and we were just like waiting for him to like, you know, have his post-game shower, get dressed. All right, give us a few minutes. What was it like? Dog, he went to that x-ray room, he went to the MRI room, and then he said, where is the cold tub? That was his first game. That was his first game. We didn't talk to him after the game because my man said, I need all the treatment right now. And we're just like, it's okay. Oh, okay. Like, where's the ice tub? Where's the ice?
Nate, were you here when Kareem was here?
Yeah. In 2018. Yes. I was here in 2018.
Okay.
Yes.
I've noticed a difference between then and now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Yes. There's a growth man, he's a different person, right?
Yes. As much as you can be based on what he went through. There's a chance that may be more shared later on in the season. We'll see how that works. You know, I think he's put some things out there that I've noticed. basically saying that like there were certain family members he had to like, I won't say turn his back from, but just be like, I can't, like I have to do it differently this time. I have to like be, he's just more aware. I think, I mean, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn, but I mean, he was a young guy and drinking has been an issue, which is the case for a lot of young guys. It's not like he's the only one. Like, like you're legal, you can drink, but like, can you handle that and like do it in a way that's like not going to hurt you or somebody else or put you or somebody else in danger? Like, there's just so much that like you go through in a matter of 5 to 6 years. And for the most part, been a very, I don't want to make this sound like weird, but like just been a very normal dude, just like really happy to be back. Understand he's got to work. It actually may, it's one thing to be like, okay, I'm gonna be disciplined. Yes, I know what's gonna be asked of me. Yes, I know Pacheco's still the starter. I just want to help the team win. Like, I just want to be back on the field with Pat and Travis and, and obviously like, I'm gonna do right by Andy. And then it's another thing for them to be like, hey man, we need you to play like, yes, like we need you to play like
2017,
like every critical snap from week 5 on, and so that requires a level of discipline and like diligence and, obviously, I mean, Andy's been like, yeah, he's a lot, he's not as young, but he's more detailed in like how he recovers and the film study and like, just trying to be more professional. I mean, it's always interesting when you watch people up close that you've seen before, but there's a decent amount of gap and you really can start to tell like, okay, like this is, not the way you would want it, not the way I think most people would want, but like it's better than it could have been. I never thought I was going to see Kareem. I never thought I was going to talk to him in person again.
I thought that was dead.
And a lot of people in the organization felt that way too, which is why it's so interesting that Brett Veach has played a role in Kareem coming back. He's played a role in Juju Smith-Schuster coming back. Could play a role in Donovan Smith coming back. I mean, it's been a very interesting season. Hey, so
you saying Tyrann Mathieu coming back? Just say it, Nate.
I was about to say like, hey, look, he looked at McCole Hardman and he says, I know not a lot of teams want to sign you. Come on back. Come on home.
Oh, Nate. Can people apologize to McCole Hardman? Because he told y'all what was going on in New York. And y'all laughed at him. McCole told y'all what was going on. Y'all didn't believe it though.
What's going on in New York?
Yeah, and McCole is smart enough to know that, like, look, man, I'm gonna just call it how I see it, and this is wild. Like, this is so.
Oh, yeah.
McCole, like, y'all don't even know how to win, and y'all telling me what to do. Y'all crack.
Yeah. And again, that's where, like, do you trust the coach? Do you trust the quarterback? Like, man, in order to make all this stuff work, you got to have some level of trust and respect for one another. And yes, I might be new, but like I can offer something just like you can offer me something. Now, whether we mesh or not, that's up to y'all. But yeah, I mean, McCole's like, look, I could maybe play somewhere else, but Brett Veach and Andy Reid, okay, like I can get on that. Like Pat, is going to give me opportunities. I can get on with that. Hey, are you really about winning? Hey man, ever since I've been in Georgia, that's all I've been about is winning,
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that. Are you gonna be able to help Xavier Worthy or whoever we draft? Yeah, man. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the same thing that Tyreek did for me. So why wouldn't I, pass that down, or why wouldn't I try my best to be something similar? So yeah, I mean, this is a year where like they've just had a lot of guys come back or that we didn't necessarily see before. And I mean, it's so funny about the Donovan Smith stuff, like him putting that Roy Woods Jr. like meme up or whatever. It's just like, hey man, if the Chiefs call him, he kind of telling you what it's like. He's just like, hey man, Andy, if Brett and Andy call me, all right, well then, I'm about winning. So let's win. I'm not gonna be like all, whatever. But like, hey, if I need a year off and if I want to continue my career next year, I can do that too. Like it's just
Hey Nate, I got it. So why MVS didn't get that call?
Don't ask me that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why are you asking them that?
Whoa.
What
Don't
happened?
worry.
That happened?
He on the block list.
Hey,
somewhere else.
Hey, bro. I know things are going on right now. Hey, I think, yeah, of course he reached out. I mean, that's what his agent is supposed to do. No, he's saying he could. He's saying he could. He's saying he still got a lot to offer. I know. I'm saying, man. You want him to test the market? You want him to see what's out there?
He had 2 touchdowns last week, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he did. Hey, man.
I can't stand country. I can't stand it.
I'm just hey, you sure about this? No, I'm still gonna work the phones on the trade market. You know that. Come on now. You still watching that Tennessee tape? All right, well, cool, man. I'm just, I just wanted to run it by you. I will be.
Don't call us. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Yeah,
for sure.
I will be very blunt right now.
Yeah, go right ahead, please.
It's amazing Kadarius Toney made it through much of training camp in the preseason, and it's amazing that Marquez Valdes-Scantling has not changed, and that's his prerogative.
Both of them, no. Yeah, definitely no.
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how I feel confident we gonna win this game because Kadarius Toney is not on this roster, right?
He is not.
Okay.
I don't worry about that no more. No, we don't.
Hey,
I was just checking. I ain't want nobody to be outside.
Yeah, when do you think Kadarius is going to see the field in Cleveland? Has that happened yet? I don't think that's happened.
I don't think it's happened at all.
Like, come on, man! I need them Jameis Winston, Kadarius Toney targets. I need it, guys.
Well, it's all about that draft position, man. When they ready to do that.
Hey, come on, man! Like, get some good. Give me a highlight in the first half, and then you know what's up. Like, come on, man!
Jameson KT is crazy.
It's Tillman season in Cleveland, man.
I believe in Kadarius. I believe in God and Kadarius.
Guys, I can't express enough that Kadarius Toney is an incredible athlete.
He is.
Incredible.
Yeah, athlete.
But he's got an injury history, and he has other histories that I don't need to talk about because we all know him. And hey, man, I understand why. So coach is upset. Let's go back through this again. Coach is upset because I wasn't someone's got to tell me whether the player's been warned or not. So he's upset at the refs. Patrick is upset because ain't no way you can make that call when that has no impact on the play, right? Even though technically he's offsides. Mm-hmm. Kadarius is upset because he said, hey, I've been doing this all game to get an advantage. Ain't nobody tell me. And the referees are upset because they're like, why are you yelling at us? Is he offsides or not? Have you seen the video? And so in one way or another, four parties are A, not wrong, and B, totally wrong at the same time. The refs are like, we ain't do nothing. But yeah, I mean, we could have called it in the second quarter, when it was less important, when it wasn't at a critical moment in the game. Coach is like, y'all got to tell me. But also, how many opportunities I got to give you, Kadarius?
Man.
Literally, how many? Pat's like, I know I messed up. Guys, my head is spinning because, they can't catch nothing, and now they're offsides, and now they done messed up my boy's highlight, and we about to lose the game? I got to choke somebody.
He was a whole foot and a half off. He wasn't even.
Man.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry,
Kadarius
Nate.
is
I'm
like,
sorry. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. And Kadarius is like, dog, I've been doing it all game. Ain't nobody. Now look, what will never be known is whether they actually inform Kadarius, like, hey, you tripping? Hey, you need to step back. I'll never know because Kadarius has never told anybody about that. So, like, who knows? But yeah, that's the crazy thing, you know.
It
But
just
who
feels
knows?
like
By the time
my fault.
I was gonna say, by the time we get to this, won't be Chiefs Browns. Sadly, I don't think because that's what the 15th. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
No.
Could Hollywood Brown be back by like December 21st against the Texans or Christmas Day versus the Steelers? Or maybe we just run a few routes when we don't need the game against the Broncos in the regular season. Who knows? But if given a chance, I think if it were up to him, I think Brett Veach, Andy Reid would say, okay, we're gonna give you a try. Now, they are not doctors. They are not the athletic training staff. So maybe Rick Burkholder was going to have to be the one with more like, hey, whoa, what are we doing? But I just think a lot of this year has been about, okay, like, we're going to give you an opportunity, you know, and hopefully that goes well.
Yeah, I hope he's back like at least 2 weeks before the playoffs. I mean, that would be
Christmas Day
And then we get that bye week.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool, man.
Yeah, we definitely need that. We definitely need that round one. We
But
need
speaking
that
of
bye
wide
week.
I mean, they need because like it's only gonna get worse, right? I mean, again, don't know what's going like. All right, DeAndre, stay healthy. Travis Kelce, stay healthy. Juju, stay healthy. Like you know, Pacheco, please stay healthy. Like they're gonna need that bye week more than I think people realize because the record might say, oh man, we're 14-3 or whatever, or 15-2, but like, man, you need that rest. You need everybody being healthy. And playing football for a week in January did wonders for Travis Kelce. So I can't imagine it won't do wonders for a lot of guys on the team this year.
Yeah.
But how much?
Speaking of wide receivers, man, I definitely want to ask you about D-Hop because you're the guy that's closest to him out of everybody that's on this screen right now. You know, so what's it like covering D-Hop so far with the Chiefs, man?
Hey,
Nate, hold on for just a second.
Okay.
He's not a jokey joke.
Damn, Country, can he answer the question?
I was just
Come on,
I was just gonna add that. Because, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad.
Have I cursed on here yet?
Go ahead.
No, you haven't.
Here's DeAndre Hopkins, man. Hey, bro, don't bring no bullshit to me. Do not bring bullshit. Yeah. You better ask a real bleeping question. Because he's been through it before, man. He understands that, like, you know, I ain't no youngin' in the game anymore. Like, I done heard every, you know, I mean, he seems to be a nice guy. I salute him because he went to Gates and enjoyed it. And now I want Gates.
Man, he sold the shit out that Gates.
I might literally go there tomorrow. Because when I saw the video, I think I saw the video for the first time last night, and I said, look at him eat that burnt end on a hoagie. Look at it. Oh, like, oh. And then he talked about the sauce, and I said, yeah, he's some real. Yeah, see, don't bring bullshit to DeAndre Hopkins. Okay? He wants real Kansas City barbecue. Take his ass to Gates. So
fact though.
I just love the idea that you just can't trick him. You can't like try to fool him or play nice, whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be back next year. I mean, it's a possibility. But no, he's been very, I think he's understood that, like, damn, hey. I think from his perspective, if I was speaking for him for a little bit, I think he's just like, wow, like you can kind of hear it, you can kind of see it from afar or playing against him, but he's just like, oh, this is great. He's just like I'm my business. I'm going like Pat gonna give me opportunities. Like coach is like coach ain't on no nonsense. We're like, hey man, what do you like? We gonna run it. Like that's basically what the Raiders game was. He was like, hey man, first game, what do you like? Here the playbook, what you like? Can you line up? Okay. You want that? Okay, cool. Hey, now, those are some of Travis's routes. Can you work off that? Okay. Like, so there's like a collaborative. Whoa. Okay. Like,
that's what you can do with a vet receiver.
Like Travis is like happy for me to be here, excited. Like Chris Jones gave me this big hug, like I'm wanted, and like they're good, and like he just threw me 2 touchdown passes when we barely been working together. Like his mind was just like that Monday night game. I mean, I know everybody was making the jokes that like he was crying on television, but I'm like, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be out there like, this is insane, guys? Like Laura, I love Laura Rutledge. Laura was like, what's going through your mind, dog? And he's just like, too much. There's so much. I mean, I caught 2 touchdowns a day. We won in overtime. He almost got hurt. He let us do a game-winning drive in overtime. I can cry right now. Like his mind was just like, it's like he saw the future. He was just like, what they was really telling me in 2022 and 2023, that is here. Like they not talking. They are being serious about this.
And you see McCall comments too, right?
Yes. Where he's just like, man, that sucks, dog. Like, we'll get him next week. Hey, bro, game ain't over yet. Game's not over. And then that happens. And I didn't really talk to him after the game on Sunday because I was just following around Leo. But like, can you imagine? Like, yeah, because he told us today or yesterday, he was like, I was the one that caught the Hail Mary against the Bills when I was with, Arizona. And that's a great play. Yeah. But like I have an actual like say in that play. I can like, I'm on the field. I can at least do something. We just want him doing that. I what? Did we just win the game? And McColl's like, I told you. Game's not over. Game's not over, bro. Believe. Like, so that stuff, all that interpersonal, like, that stuff matters, man. Like, so I just think for DeAndre, don't bring nonsense to him. Because he sees that, like, man, this is a golden opportunity. Like, I'm healthy, I'm playing well, like I'm only gonna get a bigger role in the offense. Like, I'm gonna be in a playoff game. Can you imagine? Like, it's November and I'm gonna be in a playoff game. Like, I'm gonna just we probably gonna win that first one too. like we're probably gonna be in the championship or divisional round, whatever one. We're gonna win that game probably. Like,
look, tickets on sale already, man, for the playoffs. That's crazy.
Yes.
We gotta be the only team in the league selling tickets for the playoffs already.
Dog, I kid you not. Like,
maybe
I used to say the one of the phrases I used to say was like, look, the team you root for has Patrick Mahomes. Like, why are y'all tripping? The team you root for has Patrick Mahomes. And I think for players, it's real, man. It's just like, McColl's just like, I know it don't feel right, but I'm just saying, this game's not over. That's what coach says all the time. Like, give your effort. Like, if the game is close, you could obviously still win. Patrick says it all the time, man. I'm gonna keep fighting till there's zeros on the clock. Like, that is not just like some speak, man. That's like legitimate how those guys feel. And all of a sudden now it's just like, dog, I was catching passes from Will Levis.
Oh, mayonnaise eating boy.
Not Mayo boy.
Mayo eating.
Catching passes from Will Levis. Will Levis.
But you can do that with a lot of his quarterbacks he didn't play with
Yes.
for his career.
Yes. Like I was catching passes from him. I was running routes for Mason Rudolph. And I said, man, call the Chiefs back. Call him. Call him, dog. I can't do this no more. Like, come on. Be serious. We have no shot. Come get a draft pick, man. Come on. Like
get me out of these sunken place, please.
Like, please do right by me. Please do right by me. You know? And so, like, that goes even into the
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans celebration. You know, hey, I'll give them all the shout outs because
thank you.
Who's running routes for Will Levis, man? Come on, man. Like this.
He should have been in 2 years ago.
Not Tom Savage.
Tom Savage.
Oh
God.
I mean, it's wild, dog. It's wild. I mean, yeah, they because I think ESPN put the list of all the quarterbacks he had caught a touchdown pass from, and I just said,
didn't he have Case Keenum for it?
It was like 14
Did he have Case Keenum?
Yeah. He did.
I mean, it's just like that's how good he is. And then you give him a Hall of Fame talent. Like, you tell me I could just run a slant and catch a touchdown pass because the other side's worried about Kelsey.
It's like, look, you thought catch pass from Deshaun Watson was something when he was good. And he was
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hey. So the way the route work is they're gonna see Kelsey come across the field. Obviously, they're gonna like gravitate to him. And then you're gonna sneak right behind everybody in the back of the end zone, and he's gonna put it up for you where no one else can get it.
And you're gonna be wide open.
Wide open. So I just think being with DeAndre has been really cool because, like, you notice this from a lot of veterans. I'm trying to think through my head right now, but I remember Spencer Ware was like, "I'll never get this back, and this is crazy." I remember Jared McKinnon being like, "Yeah, man, this is something different." Like Jared McKinnon last year was like, "I got to come back for the playoffs. I got to come back." And we're like, "Bro, you're on crutches." No, man, I got to come back. I got to come back for this one. We're trying to go back to back, and I just said, "I love you, man." Like even Terrell Suggs was just like, "Did we really just win the Super Bowl did I really just? I'm gonna get a ring with the Chiefs, and they're like, "Yeah, man, yeah." They don't you see the confetti? And he's just like, "I just won a Super Bowl." like, bro, like it's wild. So like any veteran of like any status that's done anything in the league when they come into the Chiefs, they're just like, okay, these dudes really do work hard. They really know what they're talking about. Obviously, coach is one thing, Pat's amazing, and like, oh, we can win this game. Like just going to the field being like, yeah, I mean, they the Ravens, they legit. We can win. Charles Omenihu's like, no. I'm gonna play in a playoff game, and like we're probably gonna win. Like I don't see it, but like I feel it. And then like he tears his ACL, and they still freaking win, and he's just like, oh yeah, we're winning the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm gonna play in it, and I'm like, okay, now Charles, you acting crazy.
And morphine was on him.
Yeah, he was like, I want to play too, and they were like, I don't.
Nah,
Charles,
yeah,
I think.
But you know why he said that. You know why he said that.
Why is that?
I mean, besides just it being the Super Bowl, I mean, the Niners, that was like his former team.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He wanted to get that lick back.
And he knows the Shanahan playbook. So I mean, like, you know. I remember him being like, I want to play in the game, and we were like, are you insane? Like, you trying to get another contract, sir?
The Pivot Podcast had Clyde Edwards-Helaire on. Great interview.
Yes.
A lot of people that's been disrespect. If you've been disrespecting Clyde and then you find out the backstory, it makes you look at Clyde totally differently.
Yeah.
I love the part where Andy Reid said, bro, you really sick. Like something wrong. Like, let's fix this. I love that about Andy Reid. Andy Reid was like, we're going to keep paying you, which they don't have to do, right? They could have just kept the money.
Right.
And Andy Reid was like, nah, bro, we going to get you right. And I love that about Andy Reid, man. Like, he's the best, man.
I think part of what's behind that too is like, say we have to cut you because of the cut down day, right? Because of the 53 man, we got to trim you. Like, okay, like, yes, we could bring you back on the practice squad, but like that's a different money bracket too. Like, you didn't really get a chance to earn your job in training camp because of this unusual circumstances. So, like, is that fair? Is that a healthy approach? Other guys on the team will see that. And so that has a cumulative effect as well. And then honestly, like, you know, Andy's been through enough tragedy in his life that, like, why would I put your mental health in jeopardy if there's a way for us to if there's resources and a way for us to like help you, you know. So it's something that I don't think enough people like. How could they? I know people don't realize how good of a human being Clyde is, how mentally tough and physically tough he is. You try tackling Clyde Edwards-Helaire in his prime. It was not pretty, kids. Especially that rookie year before, you know, some of the
injury.
Yeah, before the injury started to pile up.
That Buffalo game.
Yeah.
I watched it earlier today. He was oh my God.
Yeah. So, you know, like for him to get to a place where he's comfortable to talk to us about it at training camp, to talk to those guys, and even, you know, a more expansive interview setting. It's great because, you know, his parents came from a military background. He saved his best friend's life. You know, he had to get through a mental hurdle from a legal standpoint of like, was it a lawful self-defense killing? Hey, by the way, you're one of our best scholarship athletes. Hey, bro, you want to play in the bowl game? Like, you want to play in the bowl game a few weeks later? Does that. Obviously gets drafted. You know, as I, you know, reported a little bit, and I wish I could talk to him more about it, but like, you know, he's still going to nursing school. To, you know, he knows exactly what he wants to do after his career, which a lot of guys don't. So that's commendable. And yeah, you know, they don't want to make it seem like who knows what's next. And I'll end it with this. Who knows what's next for Clyde's career? But he got to play in the Super Bowl or be on the field for a Super Bowl when that was like what he was really striving for. Obviously, he had to, you know, in some ways, Andy Reid disappointed him when he said, "Hey, man, I can't play you in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. So, you know, you're just not, you know, we need help elsewhere. And we need you to still be a good teammate." Man, that's tough. You know, when you were former first-round pick, starter, played in the Super Bowl your first year, and now you got to watch Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon, you know, have that sort of glorious moment. But has remained someone that I think is a lot wiser than most fans realize. But you can't imagine what he's been through. Because even when I look at all those police reports, when I look at the news of all that, when we talked about it with him at training camp, I was like, he's not even 30 yet. He's not even 30 years old. And this dude has been through a lot. And he just got married, and he just, like, things are starting to stabilize. And then the parade happens, and he does something heroic there, and it just throws your life in another, like, it just puts your life in another loop where you're just like, damn, why am I having these flashbacks or these, you know, like, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it really is. And he's not even 30 yet. It's just, he's had a lot in his life. And I'm glad that at least more people are starting to be aware of it now, because he has chosen to share that with us, you know. So I knew quite a bit of it, but the more you can tell people, the better.
Thanks. All right, so how this game gonna play out, man?
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely ready.
I know the Chiefs will probably win this game. I think it's more interesting if the Bills win this game.
What What you talking about, Nate?
Hey, man, you almost got removed from the screen, Nate. Nah, I'm playing. Go ahead, man.
I know the Chiefs can win. I just think it's more interesting if the Bills win. I just think the Bills should try to do everything in their power to win. Because if you guys don't beat them now, you will have to see them in Arrowhead. And that cannot be a good feeling. That just, like, man, if you let them come into your building twice in the same calendar year and beat you, that's psychologically damaging, I should say, not damning.
But Buffalo being so banged up,
right, doesn't help either.
I felt like last week I wanted to go into this and pick Buffalo, but with the injuries they got, I'm just like, I got to go to Chiefs this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, like, all season long, like before this season even kicked off, I was like, Buffalo, we probably gonna lose to Buffalo again because I mean they've had our number in the regular season for a minute now. But now, like, you know, Boogie just mentioned injuries and some other factors that could play into this game. Now I'm just kind of conflicted. Now it's just like, you know, the Chiefs may actually end this loser streak, this regular season loser streak this time to the Bills. It's gonna be a tough game. It's not gonna be easy, of course.
No, it's not. It's not gonna be easy.
I just think that at the end of the day, Spags, when it's time to win the chess match, he's gonna win the chess match. And I think the Bills' offensive line is gonna get flustered when they see them looks that Spags gonna bring in that fourth quarter. So
who has Buffalo beat this year? That was a good team. Like they say, the Chiefs don't have quality wins.
Here we go.
Who has Buffalo beat that was the quality team?
Okay, here we go. Before Country gives his prediction,
go ahead.
They beat the Cardinals in week 1. That looks a lot better than it does now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Dolphins, Jaguars, Jets, Titans, Seahawks,
Will Levis,
Dolphins, Colts.
Ew. So
don't look that good.
So their best wins against the Cardinals, guys.
Week 1.
Week 1.
Comeback win. Okay.
That was a long time ago.
I mean,
yeah, that's part of the factors, you know.
Every playoff team they played, they lost, right? They lost to the Ravens. Who else they lose to? There was the playoff
Texans,
team.
They lost to the Ravens and the Texans in back-to-back weeks. They play, like, I think Seattle was like on the fringe of being a playoff team when they played that game, but I don't think they're in the playoffs if the season started or if the season ended today. So I mean, they're on the road. That was a game in Seattle. You know, they went across the country and just beat the hell out of them. But
they did.
You know, you're on to something, Boogie. I have to think about that now. I have to think about, like, of the AFC teams, they ain't beating nobody. They don't have the Steelers on their schedule after Sunday. Ooh, God, they get the Patriots to end the regular season. That's wild.
Yeah, we need this game.
Now, let me tell you something about the Steelers. That is definitely a team I'm concerned about on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they got them tall wide receivers, and
on a short week with T.J. Watt. I mean,
I was about to say Kingsley versus T.J. Watt is why we should be worried.
I mean, them too. But I'm just saying.
I might be calling Donovan Smith tonight,
man.
just get ready, baby.
Chuck, I know you're gonna pick the Chiefs. I get it. Just remember, hey Pat, we have to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta score touchdowns.
Let's see it. You know. So what's your score, sir?
Oh, for me, oh man, I'm going to go. I'm hoping we don't have to depend on this kicker that much this week. Honestly,
say 30. Do it, Chuck.
What'd you say, Book?
I said say 30, Chuck. Do it. Come on.
No, I can't do it. I'm gonna go 24-20. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Country, where you at?
I'm. Hey, why break it if it ain't broke? Let's go 1-score game, baby. I don't know the number, but it's gonna be a 1-score.
It's gonna be...
Kareem, I hope you iced up this week, baby, because we gonna ride you. Hey, what Eric Bieniemy say? Now get some water in you, because we about to feed your ass. And that's the mode. That's the mood this week, Kareem. We about to feed your ass. Yes.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a 1-score game, but it's we about to feed your ass.
And another factor that I noticed too, like the Chiefs are an underdog in this game, and like in the past when they've been home against the Bills, I think they've usually been a favorite. So that's another thing. It's like now people are just kind of expecting the Bills just to keep on beating us, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah, the Bills are a 2-point favorite. I just looked.
You challenge Pat again. You know when you know somebody gonna pat them right after they go out the tunnel. You know we underdogs, right? You know that this day savior, Pat. 8 out of 10 people picked them to win, Pat. What? Okay.
Hey Pat, we need a touchdown on the opening drive, airy drive.
Yeah, set it off, man.
You already know it's Petty Pat. Ain't no Patrick Mahomes this week. It's Petty Pat. He been petty.
We need it.
We need it. But if they win this game, what is the talk after this game? Is it all undefeated talk after this, or is it we picking a savior every week?
No, then they'll move to the
Houston.
to the Houston or the Steelers. I mean, I think undefeated talk can at least start. But I think a lot of people will be like, see, the Bills fooled us again, you know, made us believe again. So I think there's a lot for the Bills to lose, man. Like, you know, like they got a good team. They got an MVP caliber quarterback. Like Josh Allen's playing amazing, but like you just want to, you know, that's the same thing with Lamar when like we asked him about, like, you know, I mean, you said it, we didn't, you know, we didn't put in those words in your mouth, but he's like, yeah, man, I guess the Chiefs are my kryptonite. And it's like that could be portrayed the same way about the Bills, you know, like it's been a fun rivalry, but at some point y'all gotta beat them in a game where it matters. And this game does matter because, like, if the Chiefs win, they probably get the 1 seed pretty easily. Versus to some of the points in the comments, like if the Bills win, that schedule looking. I mean, they still got the. Let me look. They still got the Lions, I think, on their schedule, but that's about it. There's no other AFC team that will threaten them. So yeah, you know.
Oh, Nate, real quickly. The Lions remind me of the Eagles when we beat them 38-35. How they were smacking people every week and just floating on and just, oh my God, it's too easy. And then they ran into the Chiefs. This Lions Chiefs Super Bowl. It looks so good. It looks so good on paper.
Because like one team will be really, really happy to be there. Like, we did it. We finally got the Lions to the Super Bowl. Everybody patting us on the back. Like, man, we really gonna do it. Like, we the team this year against a team that's been there like a bajillion times.
Who
a
ain't
team
playing?
Who like, hey man, we're trying to go for history, and we didn't have Chris Jones, we didn't have Travis Kelce. We remember. Well, that was 2 years ago.
Tony.
It's 2 years ago. That don't matter. We still remember, you know. So don't worry. I've been thinking about that too. Like some of the storylines with the team. If the team makes the Super Bowl, like what's the best storyline? Is it Detroit? You could argue that. You know, who knows? Like the NFC is a little hard to predict, I guess. But like, you know, the Packers, that would be fun. You know, the Vikings. Like, yeah, I mean the Vikings. Okay, like I can kind of see that. Brian Flores, you know, he's gonna, you know, so yeah, I know.
Sam Darnold turn back to Sam Darnold.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teams in the NFC because like San Francisco's 5-4. Maybe they get healthy and get on a run. I can't trust Atlanta. I mean, I love Jaden Daniels, but they need some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
NFC's
So,
weak.
yeah. So maybe Detroit. Maybe it is their year. It'd be fun to see them in the Super Bowl.
And as people see tonight, Philly got talent, but they coaching staff, man, that's what's gonna kill them.
Hey, I mean, Philly got this secure in 2016.
Oh, they up?
Oh yeah, this game about over now.
Oh, okay.
Saquon Barkley went crazy.
All right, they got together in the second half. Cool.
Yeah.
What's the score?
26-10.
Yeah.
Oh, my computer still say 12-10. What? Okay, never mind.
Oh, Saquon about to turn up. Did you pay attention?
Oh, okay, here we go. Oh. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this man has almost 1,000 yards. It's crazy.
Yeah. MVP chance.
All right. So before we get you, because we don't get to check in, we probably won't get to check in with you till playoff time. Give me a letter grade so far. We halfway through the season. What's your letter grade for the Chiefs? Or you want to break it up to offense, defense, special teams?
Yeah, like offense is probably like a B, and that's due to the injuries and some of the turnovers. Defense is an A minus because I mean, God, they're good. Good. That's even without Jalen Watson. And then special teams, I would say probably like B plus. I mean, it sucks that Bucker got hurt. I mean, that just sucks. Nothing bad about the new punter other than the fact that he got too big of a leg and he cannot pin anybody back. Matt be like, look, man, I'm trying, coach, but it just fly off my foot.
Matt got a stupid leg. His leg is crazy.
Dave Tobe was like, did you kick it higher? Yeah, coach, I kicked it real high, and then it just took off.
He got that boot, man.
It's crazy.
You know that back in Madden during the PS2 days, and where you got that card and it says the boot and he was on the punter. He got one of them.
Yeah,
coach, it went 65 yards. Yeah, man, but we only had 50 yards to go.
What are you doing? That's in the back of the end zone. I'm trying, coach. I'm just like, I be lifting weights. What do you want me to do?
Kick it off the other side of your toe, then.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I think it's been a great season so far, despite the fact that they have not lost, and yet every other game has been pretty close. So I think overall they've as a full report, it'd probably be like somewhere around A minus, B plus, somewhere in there. Just because and the reason I say that is like they can get better too. It's not like this is the best that they have, and you're just trying to
scary part.
Yeah, they're not just trying to like maintain this, right? I think if you're someone like Detroit, I'm like, man, I don't know like how good Detroit can be from now to the end of the season. Yeah, it's like they just need to stay up here. They just don't need to dip or hopefully they don't have injuries. But like, okay, if the Lions just stay here, probably going to the Super Bowl, right? So, but I think the Chiefs can still get better. The Bills, the Ravens. I don't know if the Steelers can get better because like that really depends on Russ. But like there's a chance for the team to get better to where it's like, again, they're 15-2 and like, damn, we can look back and be like, they didn't even play their best. They didn't play their best like halfway through the season, So
yeah, because I'm not gonna hold you. I think the Steelers present the biggest challenge of all these AFC teams, in my opinion.
Okay,
that's just how I see it.
That's fair.
I'm still terrified of trying to tackle Lamar Jackson. Just
oh yeah, Lamar is great, but their defense is awful.
Oh, their defense is bad.
Communication on the back end is horrible. Yeah,
that's Lamar, true. Yeah, so that would be a shootout. That would definitely be like, all right, who wants to get the 30 first?
First one to 30.
Yeah,
Cancun on 3.
And also, are they gonna give Derrick Henry the ball in the playoffs? That's another thing.
Oh my God!
They're gonna give Derrick Henry the football in the playoffs.
They better.
They ain't got no choice. Nate Taylor, man, it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. We love
Appreciate
you.
It. Yeah, love
congrats
you guys.
Congrats to you and the family.
Thank
my
you.
Man Hayden. We got to put a king in there in that the new boy name somewhere. Just throw a king in there out of nowhere. Just
Yes, sir.
just,
Yes, sir. It's great.
Nah,
Hey,
man,
great life.
you top notch. You the brother from another, and how we respect you and thank you for giving our platform a chance and coming in and blessing us, man. We definitely appreciate you. I want to hit 2000. We had 1997, and now we at 1995. Anyway,
Yeah, we was
anyway,
close. We was close.
What we gonna do?
we was close.
Come on.
Try again.
Come on,
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Try
it, Nate.
again.
Hey, I'm gonna be calling you to the playoffs. I hope you're getting some rest. But we'll see you again.
Call me on that bye week if it comes to fruition.
Call me
There
on
we
that.
go.
Call me on that bye week.
Yeah, we'll
Always, brother. We love you, man. You
Appreciate
that's in the city, bro.
Thank you.
That's in
Thank
the
you,
city.
fellas. Love you guys. Thanks everybody for watching, listening. It was
Appreciate it.
great.
Appreciate it. Chuck.
All right, y'all. So that's going to conclude our show tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share on social media platforms. Until the next episode, let's go Chiefs. Do your job, refs, so we get by 10-0.
We dropped the bag off, refs. Do what y'all
Wink,
do,
wink.
man.
Wink, wink.
Yep, Cash
We out.
App has been secured. We even Venmo'd them this time. Let me get a PI to know.